Hey, welcome back to Watson's Models. And why do I have to wear a sweatshirt in my own basement? Because Mama doesn't like to have the heat on all the time. So I gotta work on a heating system down here that's efficient and whatever. So I'll worry about that on a different day. Anyways, I thought I would do something I normally don't do with my videos and actually build something. And I figured, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do something simple. And I showed you the other night these German PzKpfw 3-4 40 centimeter track mid-type kit from Tori Factory. All right, I got two of these kits, and obviously so I could put two track links together. And there's only a handful of my box keeps falling over. There's only a handful of parts, and you know, they come in a box that look like this. So why not, right? We'll flip the camera down and we'll do a quick assembly. There's a document in here that shows some other Tori Factory tunes, Animal Troopers. It's kind of interesting. You know, they got some funny cartoon looking tanks. And I did a couple years ago. Let me see if it's up here. Yeah. I did one of those, I guess you call them tank tunes or whatever. A little tiger. And barrel on it was is a little bit loose. But what a fun little model. Took some liberties with the rust, and you know, and I think it looks really good. The rust really looks good. I used this dirty down stuff right here. And what a great product. Just make sure it shook up real good, and use a damp brush. But you get it on there, and when that stuff dries, man, look at that. It looks just like it, right? So anyhow, yeah, these little tune guys are pretty fun, and they sort of break the monotony, and I need to find some more. But anyhow, let's get into this kit. It's actually just one sprue, okay? And you got your center track guide. Both of your halves are in this package here. You got a couple of end caps for your pin, and then there's some miniature track here. I don't know if that's 16 scale or whatever, but let's go ahead and put one together and see what happens. So these are the instructions. Now, if you're warmed up to body temperature, you have a pulse, and you can go like this. You could probably put that together. So please read carefully before assembly. This product contains an unassembled kit there for a check if all parts are available, blah, blah, blah. Warning, dispose the plastic packaging properly. We don't allow children, you know, breathing, putting the things over their heads and all that kind of stuff. There's parts in here that children will choke, etc., etc. Nipper, knife, modeling cement, and a little sandpaper, and possibly some putty. We'll explain that later. Okay, now let's get at it, and then I'm going to show you this other document that came with it. Let's adjust the camera. I'm assuming that the camera's rolling. Oh well. All right. I don't trust it. Is it working? It is. It's working. I can see a number counting down. Okay. All right, let's get back after it. So, this is some thick stuff. All right, that's some thick plastic right there. And so I do know that we're gonna need, hope I don't destroy my nippers. That would suck. You need like freaking regular lineman tool or some dikes to cut this freaking thing off. Jeez. Okay. We've got a cap here, and then we've got another end cap, which, oops, excuse me, we got another end cap which looks like a, it's got a metal cotter pin or whatever you want to call it through it. So we'll trim those off, and I don't need the rest of these. I don't know why they would give me a little sledgehammer and some track pieces, but that's cool. All right, that half, and the track. Okay, you can see how thick this is. Humma, humma, humma. These two halves go together. Do a little bit of trimming here real quick. I'm not too worried about losing that material. Now, I need a knife. I don't think it matters, but we'll clean that little bit out. That divot's got to be there for a reason. Okay. Hopefully this thin cement will be enough. Maybe, maybe not. Goober some of that stuff on there. Come on now. Gravity is cheap, it's dependable, it's reliable, and it works every time. So let the capillary action do its thing. Okay? You don't have to fight Mother Nature. Mother Nature is your friend when it comes to this stuff. All right. All right. Let that sit for a hot second. Now, okay, so obviously they are asking for this to go together. These appear to be, just make sure I don't have any lips here. There's a little bit there. We'll clean this up after the fact. Now this is a really big piece. So I'm thinking I'm going to break out something that most of us haven't used in years. All right. Some good old-fashioned tester cement. Why not? Oh yeah. You squirt this out, it's going to give you all kinds of some memories. Just has a very distinct odor to it. It's so thick, it's so big. You guys remember this stuff? Here, sniff it. All right. It smells good. All right, so we got the main sections done. We can use a little bit of this in the, just let gravity do its thing here in these little areas, just for a little extra insurance. Oops. You don't need a lot of it. It's not like we're putting it on a real tank and be driven around. So you can see there's a little bit of texture around here, not a ton. But I'm not worried about the seam line, because what we're going to do is just kind of come over and do some faux texturing on it when this whole thing is built, and then we'll just shoot it with a spray can or something. I'm not going to do the painting and the texturing on camera, but yeah. So let's let me go ahead and just do the well, let's see if this piece fits like it's supposed to. Okay, I'm going to break out the old testers again. This is one of those deals where I don't mind if I get a little extra on there, because it's going to fill, hopefully, some of the seam. Or not. But with something that heavy, I need strength. Okay, what do we got here? I won't glue that yet. All right, let's time lapse. that was any easier. Man, that's cool, man. I like to get me a whole bunch of these bad boys, but it goes together real easy. Just a few simple steps, and then you know, once this dries, we'll go ahead and, you know, come up with maybe a sand and Elmer's glue mixture or something like that to dab into the seams of these track guides and around the perimeter here and here, just to give it a little bit more of a texture feel for it, give it some paint and maybe some slight rusting, and then just go hang this dude somewhere in here. So yeah, pretty fun looking little kit. Now what's cool about this is this company is, where did I see that that advertisement at? It's in here. They are working on the T158 track. Bigfoot, right? M1A1. Also doing some M4 Sherman track, and it appears we got a T34 track they're working on as well. Has some upcoming versions. So since I was on an Abrams tank, I'm definitely gonna grab me some of these track blocks here when they're able, when they're ready. But what I like about this is that I can now display this track piece with the appropriate tanks that I have up here. Same thing with like the T34 track. We get a couple of those. Ain't a whole lot to that, is there? Just a couple of pieces, but yeah, it's kind of neat. Have some reproduction track parts, you know, which will, let me lift this up, that I could have displayed up here, maybe behind the tanks or whatever. So that's it, man. Down, dirty, whatever. I'll take some pictures. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. Remember, get out there and work on something. Build something, paint something, sand something, or just, I don't know, just go downstairs and sit amongst your stuff and detox from the day. Love you.